Okay, in part 3 we're going to be looking at being a bit more specific. So previously we were jumping, perhaps on the beat, perhaps not, but we were jumping from a specific point to a new section. What if I've got a longer form composition? You see, this could be a bit of a problem for you. Our cube game, to work fluidly, kind of requires quite short loops. But what if you have a slightly longer form musical composition? Then you've got a problem, because if you're on like bar 5 of a progression and you want to step up to a faster tempoed version of the same concept, obviously if it jumps from bar 5 straight to the beginning, it might not sound musically fluid. So perhaps you could jump from bar 5 to bar 5 of the faster version. That's an idea. Or you might want to jump from, a specific bar point to a bridge and then on to the next position. So in order to be able to do this, we need to use these things. These are called destination markers. And this would tie into, you can transition to a destination marker from our previously described transition region. So I can do that. That's what we covered previously. So instead of jumping from here, say, to this next loop, this is going to jump from here to a specific marker. That can be done. But in our context, the quantization value wasn't quite correct, and we want it to jump from a very specific bar to a very specific position. So what we want to use here is these add transition to. And these are basically simple flags. Now, if I place this flag here, then when this is active, it will jump to here. So let's just demonstrate that concept. So imagine I want to jump from this position to this position in the faster loop for whatever reason. So I need to go right click up here, and I need to add a destination marker. I'm snapping it to the position, and here I need to add a destination transition to marker A. Okay. Now, interestingly, this basically means that this could go from here to here. Now let's just, for argument's sake, show you something a bit more complicated. I'm going to say you could potentially mark every bar within a long bars, several bar, 8 bar, 16 bar composition to do this. Let's just do 2 points. So I'm going to have a point here, and I'm going to have a point here, and I'm going to add a destination marker B. And then from here, I'm going to add transition to marker B. So same position. So jumping from here to here, or here to here. Now, interestingly, these can be triggered by the same collection token, the same collection value. So my point really here is that I don't want it to just jump from a loop to the beginning of another loop. I want it to jump from a specific position to a specific position on the successful collection of cube value X. Okay, so let's add our trigger condition to that, and let's say music trigger, and let's say on the first cube, that's what's going to happen. But if the cursor has passed that point and is playing through, we don't want it to jump here, we don't want it to jump here, we don't want it to jump here if one cube has been collected. We want it to jump here, and that must jump to there. So I'm going to then add a trigger condition to this, and it's going to be exactly the same value, and it's going to be a value of 1. Okay, so let's see how that works. I'm going to go back to the beginning here, and I'm going to hit play. Essentially, I'm going to collect cube number 1, and there you go. Let's demonstrate that again. Go back to the beginning. Say we've just passed that marker. And there it goes. So conceptually, this is a very point-to-point concept, as opposed to I am playing this particular loop. Maybe it's a bit short, so it doesn't really matter if it jumps halfway through it. The musical idea doesn't need to elaborate itself or complete itself or reach a certain bar before that happens. So these are very specific, targeted, jump from here to here points. Okay.